Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So looking at the 8 hour on Euro USD, and we are back in this area of what was resistance at one point. And if you go back in time, you'll more than likely find that it is support somewhere along the line, and by the looks of things we have to go back quite far. Okay, there we go. You can see we've actually flirted quite a bit with it, has been used as support and resistance quite a bit in the past. So this is kind of a line in the sand at the moment. That's 105.947. Oscillators in the 8 hour are not playing with any bulls at the moment, so there is a bit of an inverse head and shoulders forming here, but we're gonna have to get a clear break for me to start looking for opportunities to the upside. So at the moment I would want to see a break below, in actual fact, a break below this pin bar here before start looking for any shorts again, and then I want to see a proper climb above 105.947 before looking for any long. So I'm kind of sitting still sitting on my hands waiting for that to happen. On the hour, it does look like we've got a bit of a reversal, a trend reversal here, but it's all over the place. You can see in amongst moving averages, 2 days below, and then hovering in it 1 day above, back below. So if it does hold this area, there's a good possibility that we can just sort of drift here, build a base, and then start going. So this gap would also be an interesting area, and you can see that lines up with some structure here to the left. So if we bounce off 105.539, good opportunity for another move back to test this area. If we start dropping below that, I wouldn't jump in. I'd be waiting for a break of this pin bar here at 105.332 to the downside. So there is an opportunity here for another move up. Alternatively, wait for the break, wait for the pullback, which may happen today or may only happen later in the week, before looking for opportunities to the upside. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. Converse is true here. Big head and shoulders, shoulder, double head and shoulder. So this area that we're at the moment is something you need to pay attention to. So we start dropping below 127, just keep it at 127, then I would expect some kind of a move to the downside. However, we do have two gaps here, so we've got one there and one there, which could act as support. So if you look at that 125.976, the other thing that is pretty interesting on this pair is we have what, in my view, is looking like a potential flag. So if we come down to the hour, obviously we have a little bit of a different picture. We are below the moving averages, looking like an opportunity to move to the downside, but obviously we want to be taking it off structure. At the moment there is no structure, so what I would be looking at, pretty much the same as what is on Euro USD. I'd be looking at a break of 127, but it's going to have to break and come back and retest it, basically push this flag into a channel before looking at it. This is a tweezer bottom it's formed at the moment, so be wary of that. The other option is a break of 127.982. However, if you wait for the market open and you look at the 15, you can see we've got inside bar, so there is a pretty strong possibility of price getting above this area, finding support, and then running to one of these tails here before bouncing back down again. So oscillators are there, everything is leaning towards that, and that is 127.396, but we want to see that at the open, at the European Open, not now. So that's the one thing to pay attention to. But I suspect not going to run to the downside here. We're probably going to find some support higher up, or should I say resistance higher up, before moving or drifting lower. Let's not say move. I think it's probably more of a drift lower to come and test the trend line, and then also this area here at 127. Moving on to the pound and British pound Japanese yen. Nothing really going on here. You can see range bar, pin bars, complete confusion, all in this area here. So all I'm doing is I'm just picking up I pick up that, so pick up that fractal there, pick up this fractal here, and you can see that's exactly where price is playing around in at the moment. And there you see it clear as daylight. So this is sideways in amongst the moving averages. Oscillator's not giving any indication. I want to see a decent break and retest of one of these two areas, and this one we just need to fine tune a little bit. I'm going to make it a bit wider, just take this swing low of Friday. So to the downside, 159.139 is the area to pay attention to. To the upside, it's 160.060. We need to see a break and retest of that for a move to the upside. Until something like that happens, that is sideways and stay away. Lastly, Euro British Pound. So we did get a test last week of the 155 EMA, but then went and sort of rejected the other moving averages, and now we're drifting lower. So typical for this, I expect it's probably going to drop below the 155 again, and then make another attempt at this weekly low, which is down here, and that is at 0.82796. So if you look at the oscillators on the weekly, it's grouped up, rejected the 155. So I would expect some continuation here at the moment. Really messy, so you want to be on the lower time frames for this. So at the moment, we have had a bit of, well, not a bit, we've had a fairly, almost a strong, I don't know if that we should actually call that an exhaustion bar, but then you've got an inside bar forming. But look at the oscillators. You don't want to be short when the oscillators are like that. So, we're looking for a pullback onto some form of structure, and the best structure that I can see at the moment is between 0.84538 and 0.84483. Problem with that is I don't think that's going to bring the the oscillators up into anything that's worth looking at today. So I think you're probably going to find this thing just drift, not going to give you much opportunity to get in. I would be on the 15 minutes waiting for oscillators to group upside, waiting for a rejection of an area. You can see we are getting them after hours there. Well, during the Asian session, there's a fairly decent rejection there, and we're just trending down at the moment. So just wait and see what happens. Possible to just pick up as these fractals get broken, like this one's broken, and it's come back and tested. It's quite measured at the moment, so it could continue like that. So if you're on the 15 minute, just keep moving your level down like that. You get a break, wait for the retest. There's a retest. Wait for the break of the retest bar, which is, you got a triple top basically. And in a situation like this, you would just been triggered into the market now for a 50-point stop loss, and you're looking for another probably 100 points, 80 points to the downside before it meandering back to the upside. So nothing really going on, but if you've got the time, 15 minute may very well be the opportunity. It does look like a big range as well, that we're bottom of big range right now, and I can obviously extend that range down to that area there, which is 0.84347. So definitely not wanting to be chasing shorts here. Let it play out, then wait for the pullback, then look for the short to the downside. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.